card with this rush promo. This card is unbelievable. So this year he has three versions. There's his normal card, he has an inform, and he has a rush card. I think the rush card is probably the only one I would put in my meta team, but it does come with a hefty price tag of 1.3 million coins. Let's break it down, show you why he's so good in game, strengths, weaknesses. Let's break the whole thing down, starting off, as I mentioned, with this price tag. He's 1.3 million coins. Now if you guys really are a fan of Messi, which I'm sure a lot of you are, and you want to try and have a feel for this card, I would recommend going for his inform for a budget about 150,000 coins. It isn't as smooth, it isn't as good. If you guys aren't in the highest of divisions and you just want to try him out, go for it. Try his inform out. It's definitely a good representation of the card, but I think the rush card just gives him a little bit more. But again, it comes with a price tag for an extra basically million coins. Is it worth the price? I don't know. It depends on your budget. It's really hard to tell in these kind of situations. It's really hard to tell if they're worth it, but I will say his card is really good. Really good card, his rush card. I used it in draft a few times and he just did an amazing job overall. So starting off with his pros, he has a finesse shot of literally what you want in this game. He doesn't have the finesse shot plus trait, I don't believe. I think it's a normal finesse shot trait, but his finesses are unbelievable. Just like in previous years, he's got something about his finesses where on his left foot, he's just able to find the back of the net multiple times. He's really good card with his finesses in particular. Then we have his passing as a cam. Something I really like about Messi's card is he can play right wing, right mid, cam and striker. So I think the versatility you have is unbelievable. You can play him in many positions, and I really like that about him as the card. And I just think it's a really good thing having a player like Messi. If you're going to invest in the coins or you go him untradeable, the fact that you can use him in multiple positions, I think especially with his price tag and everything, you know, it at least makes it a bit more worthwhile. Because if you want to have two strikers, you put him in cam. If you want to have a striker with him, you put him there. If you want to play, you know, him out wide, you could put him there. There's definitely multiple areas you could put him in, and I really like that. Then his last pro, I would say, is his dribbling. His dribbling, unbelievable. Probably his best attribute, 94 dribbling, because he's so small. He's always like this in game, right? He's very agile, very nimble, and he just has unbelievable close touch dribbling. Like, you're seeing it right now. Look at that. Like, we go through round the corner when it's 2-2 in a draft, and look what he does here. He goes across, really nice skill moves, and he's just such a nice player to play with. He's really fun. I don't know what it is about Messi's card, but I always enjoy using him. And sometimes he's not ultimate meta, but I still always find a way to make him work. Maybe it's my playstyle, but I really like his card in game. I feel like I always go through, and you're seeing it as a camera now. Look at that beautiful pass in to Pajot, goes through into Hernandez, and that's a beautiful goal. But you're just seeing this card. I actually had him in a 4-3-1-2. I had Inform Messi at cam, I had Hernandez and Pajot as strikers, and he was really good there in that cam spot. I'm gonna have to rewind. I don't have too much gameplay today with the Messi card, but still good. I still wanted to go through and break down his card, and that's going to be it. In terms of cons, we've got the pace. He's not very fast, which I think is definitely is probably his weakest point, and strength while running. If you guys saw my Son review, you saw how good he was while running. I think that's one thing with Messi. You have to be really good with dribbling. In terms of pure running, I don't think he's too strong while running, and that's going to be the Messi player review today. Then we go through, and we're just going to look at some of his more in-game stats here. That was kind of for the shorts and the TikTok, the first part, but I wanted to now kind of compare his inform to his normal card to his rush card and really give you guys an in-depth breakdown of what one you should go with and if he's really worth your coins. I think it depends on your budget for sure. It's really hard to kind of fit this player in your team because of the nationalities and links, but if you have the budget and you're a Messi fan, I would say go for his rush card and try to get some icons around him. Like, if you can get, like, I don't know, just get some icons around him, I think that's probably the best way. And I wouldn't be afraid to play him on 1 or 2 chem, simply because trying to get him on 3 chem might be a bit of an issue. I think if you've got the budget to get this rush card, right, you're going to have a budget for a crack team. Like, if you're spending 1.3 million on a striker, you're going to have a couple of million to work around. Even if you don't, if you go for his inform, same principle applies. You know, I would recommend getting him in your squad. I would probably play him at cam. I think that might be his best position, only due to his lack of pace. I think about his best card's got 84 pace. He's really not fast, so I wouldn't put him out wide. But having him as cam, I actually liked him a lot. I actually liked him as cam or in a two formation as a striker. I think that works as well. But look what he does right here. Look at that. That beautiful pass. That's why I liked him as a cam. For me, he was just such a good playmaker in the cams. Got good play styles there and was basically able to do a lot there. So let's go through some of the in-game stats and see where he really thrives. Okay, here we are. We have got the rush version of Messi. So if we go through his normal price tag, 20,000 coins for his normal, 188 for his inform, 1.3 million for his rush card. Like I mentioned, I think his normal card just isn't really compatible. I wouldn't recommend using him. If you go to his inform, you can see +2 pace, +1 shot, +2 passing, +1 dribbling. In terms for an extra 150,000 coins, definitely worth it. Definitely worth his inform if you guys are looking for a right winger. But like I said, I'll play him as cam. I think he's actually a really good cam. Then you go to his rush card. I mean, you got 90 passing with 94 dribbling. You don't really look at the pace too much with his rush card. Sorry, as a cam. And I think that's where he's really going to thrive. So we go through, let's look at some of his roles there. So you can also see as a right winger, yes, he doesn't have the best of roles, but does he not have a cam role? I thought he had a cam role. I'm pretty sure he does. Let me see this. Okay, apparently he doesn't have a cam role, which I'm surprised with because I thought he did. Unless I'm mistaken, I thought when I use, okay, well, that's quite annoying. I thought he did have a cam role, but anyways, I would still recommend using this guy as a cam. Yes, he does have a role as an inside forward, as a wide playmaker, but I just don't think he's fast enough, to be honest. So I would probably use him as a cam. You see in game 91 as well, I would definitely recommend using him as a cam. Let's go through and let's just look at his card here. So his defending obviously isn't going to be the best. He actually has decent stamina at 73, but for me, where he really, really thrives is this area here. If you look at his curve, where's his curve? 96 curve, right? When he goes for those finesses, I'm actually going to do something. I'm actually going to look at his inform card. I think looking at his inform card, we can find a balance and we can kind of compare it to his rush card. I'm not really going to look at his normal card because I just don't think it's worth it. At this stage of the game, I think if you're going for Messi, you need to get his inform or his rush. But if we go through here, 5 sprint speed's a big boost, right? In terms of the shot, you just get a +1 for everything. Dribbling, you're getting basically 1 for everything. Passing, you're getting +1 for basically everything, right? So the biggest positive is probably his pace. His pace, you're getting a bit more. Everything else, you're basically getting +1. So you can kind of get away with his inform card. So let's just go through it. Like I mentioned, kind of go through it. Everything we talk about, just -1, and that's going to be his inform card. So it's not too much worse, but I think, is it worth the upgrade? It really depends on your budget. It really does. Because an extra million coins for 1+ rating, not really the craziest, is it? It's not really the craziest. You get a bit more pace, which is nice. But like I said, not really going to change the world. Depending on that budget. But if you look through, like, look how good the man's dribbling is. Like, this is one of the best dribbling cards of the game. You're not getting much more. So if you're in that playstyle where you're using him to dribble in those close combat areas to find those pockets of spaces, I think he's going to be unbelievable. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He is a very, very good card in and around the edge of the box, dribbling through, using that finesse green time finish. He's got 96 curve, 87 finishing, right? He's got 89 long shots, unbelievable dribbling. You can find yourself in pockets of space. I would personally use him on a hunter or a catalyst, but I like kind of prioritizing his shots a bit more especially for those finesses and stuff. You can see he's got like 89 shot power now. He's got 95 finishing. He's just unbelievable for me with a hunter, and now his pace goes up as well. I think you're looking at a really good card. Let's go through and let's look at a few of his. Where are they? Where is his? I'm tweaking, not his roles, his playstyles. Where is his playstyles? He's definitely got playstyles. Where are they? Oh my god, I'm tweaking. Where is his playstyles? You guys got to help me out here. Where are this man's playstyles, bro? I might be tweaking right now. I might not be able to find his playstyles. Okay, I'm not actually on my PS5 right now, so I can't even look at them. Bro, where is this man's playstyles? I'm gonna look for about 10 more seconds. If I can't find it, I'm gonna have to chalk it. Okay, I mean, that's bad on me. That is bad on me. I'm gonna pause this. I'll be back in a second. Let me check for his playstyles. Right, I knew I was tweaking. Honestly, it took me about 20 seconds after I paused the video. I think I was under pressure because of the video, the time, but right, there's playstyles. So we go through, here's the dead ball and the finesse shot. Just like I mentioned, the finesse shot is a great playstyle. I wish he had the finesse shot plus, but not the end of the world. Then he has the incisive pass and the tiki taka. So in terms of passing and shot, he's got some nice little playstyles. Ball control, he has a technical plus, he has a trivela and the quick step. Trivela is really nice for the outside the foot passes and the shots, but technical is the one we want to go through. So in FC25, there are special playstyles. Where, let's go to technical. What does technical actually do? Let's actually see. Okay, there you go. One of these is technical. It allows players to reach a higher sprint speed while dribbling. This is a playstyle based on those who don't use skill moves to beat opponents, but use it for pure dribbling. The technical playstyle works great in attacking areas, especially when fullbacks make runs. So, essentially, players, if you look through here with the technical playstyle, the reason why I think this is so good is because the way you're going to play him as cam. I think for him, as a cam spot, that technical playstyle, you can use skill moves. I think we saw in some of the highlights, but you can use skill moves to get him into areas. Let's go through some more while we're kind of talking. But you can use skill moves to get him into areas, right, where he's going to basically use his finesse. Look, we go through, we take our time here, and you could just see, look at that. Like, you see how slow the dribbling was, and I just sped up like that. And this was with his normal card. Here you have his inform card. look, you go through, and look at that. We just take our time, and he just felt so good on the ball with his skill moves and everything. And I was able to go across and just find the space. Even right now, look, we go through, we find some more space, use the skill move, and just like that into the far post. I really found this card very fun to use as that cam spot, and this is probably the perfect scenario for me when you're using him as a cam. It's like that. I know I mess up the ball a little bit there, but just using skill moves in and around the edge of the box there, and like I said, his passing unbelievable. You're not really getting much better passes on the ball than Messi. I'm not going to lie to you, especially as a rush card. You're not getting much better passes. I think we start to have some rush performances now. Now this still is informed one, but look at that. That is everything. We'll end it on that one. But if you can get him into these positions, these pockets of spaces like right there, this is with the right winger. I do understand. I did say play him as a cam, but like I said, you can mix him up if you want. But look at this. We go through and we're just trying to find space here. We're trying to find space with that close-up dribbling. And look at that. He has no right to get into this position with that much space. You go through, it's a beautiful finesse, and look at the time as well. Near the last 10 minutes of the draft, the man's going to score you goals. Look at this right now. We cut inwards, we go through, and it's just nice football inwards into Pele here with the ball in the back of the net, and just like that, he's always integral to all these plays. Look at that. Pajot goes through, beautiful pass in, and this Messi is such a playmaker. If you can get him in your squad, you can find him like this. Two strikers, look at that beautiful ball, goes in behind, and it's just a fantastic goal once again. I found him to be so useful at the cam spot. I found him in the draft from the right wing to be so useful, but he was just so good in every position I put him in. Highly recommend him. In terms of ratings out of 10, I will say when I've used players like Son and Sophia Smith, they're a lot more meta. So I'm going to give this Messi an 8 out of 10, simply because I think his rush card's good, but for the price, I think there's a lot more better meta players. Like, let me show you what I mean. Like, yes, his Messi card's good, but you're telling me you can get an informed Son for basically 200k cheaper. I'm probably going to go with that Son every day of the week, simply because he's just a better meta card. But for pure nostalgia, Messi's, arguably the best player of all time. If you love a Messi or a Messi fanboy, then you're probably going to go for this card. So I would say it's still a usable card, still a great card, probably an 8.5, where his inform, I think for 200,000 coins, might be an 8.5 as well, purely because of value for money, right? You're looking at a card that's 200,000 coins, and if we're comparing them, it's only +1 in the most important stats and then +3 in pace. So if you're using him for a winger, I think the rush card is probably more needed because of the pace. If you're using him for a cam, you could definitely get away with using his inform. And that's the key difference there. Because if you look here, right, you're paying an extra million coins for +1 shooting, +1 passing, and +1 dribbling, essentially, because we don't care about the physicality or the defending. And the pace really applies to a winger. So if you're going for a winger position, I would probably try to get the rush card. If you're going for a cam, I actually think you're okay like using his inform. You could probably get away with it, save your coins for someone else. The only other negative I would say was his links. It's a little bit hard to kind of get him with links. If we look through the links tab here, you can kind of see, like, yes, he's got a few options, but like if I was really looking at any of these, who would I really go with? Like, maybe Crespo is not really going to be meta. I wouldn't really go for the Suarez card. I would probably only go with, like, honestly, there's no one really here that stands out to me like I would love to have in my team. And that's kind of the issue, I would say, is just finding those links. And you can see everyone else is normal, right? So it really comes down to finding that for a strong link, there really isn't too many people. Someone I did go with in my team was Campos, just to get that kind of a green link with a hero card. But again, wasn't crazy. I think it was fairly small as well, if I'm not wrong. Let me see. Was he quite small for a keeper? Yeah, he's 5'6". So again, I wouldn't say he's a meta keeper. So that's the only issue I would say, is just kind of fitting him in a squad. If you're trying to get that full chem, it may be a little bit difficult. Maybe Jordi Alba, but again, it depends. If you're having fun with it, sure, but if you're going for pure sweat, trying to compete in division rivals and foot champs, you're going to struggle a little bit building this Messi card into your team. But that's going to be it today for a Total Rush Messi review. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you guys a fan of Messi? Are you guys enjoying him? And who do you want me to review next time? Catch you guys there. Peace.